If you only have 7 seconds with somebody on a website, what do you need to say? How do you prioritize messaging and tell a succinct story?
Okay. So even though this is for a nonprofit, what we're going to teach here is universally applicable to virtually every situation.
Yeah.
From advertising to sales to email with a coworker to persuading somebody to see your point of view.
Yep.
And Mindy and Jason are both brilliant people, great marketers, and man, they give so much to this cause. So I'm going to answer them in the context of what should they exactly do on their website.
Yeah.
And they actually have a really good example. But then I'm going to take that and say, okay, here's how you can apply that to if you are not
your website.
Yeah, if you're not doing the things they're doing.
Which, by the way, the principle applies to billboard.
And it's the theme of today's episode, which is
the people.
Meet people where they are.
Yeah.
We tend to think this money we're paying in advertising is our permission to talk about us, and that is the last thing you want to do. You're going to lead them to thinking and feeling good about you, but what's the number one secret to making anybody like you?
Listening, asking questions, making it all about them. Yeah.
Yeah. Empathy. Talk about them.
Yes.
So that is true for website copy, and they actually have a really decent start to this. And if you were to go to the website, it says every life has a purpose, and they've got the feel of that right. And I'm going to say I wouldn't sit and throw darts at this one, but if I were making it to tell a succinct story as they asked, flip that around, and the best word, if you can fit it in, that you can use is you. Your Y-O-U, right? And so they start, every life has a purpose, and they say Victory Mission teaches people coming from homelessness to be independent. Start telling what they do, okay? Not bad. But what if we instead switch that, and I'm going to assume that their number one goal of this website is to get potential donors to feel and do something about it.
Yeah.
You could argue this is for their
consumers,
the people that they help, but it's probably for donors, giving the context clues here. And so let's go straight to them. Let's do some conviction. In a nonprofit, what you're selling is not actually give us a donation. What you're selling is people feeling like they've done something so that they don't feel bad about the problem anymore. That's a really crass way to say it, but you're really giving people an opportunity to not feel bad.
Yeah.
For the thing that you're doing, which leads to good things.
Yeah.
So what if we said, instead of every life has a purpose, let's switch that around to you and say, this is your moment to save a life. Every life has a purpose. Good. But I go here, this is your moment to save a life. And I'm like, oh, wow, I thought I was just visiting a website.
Yeah.
It's like, you've taken me to, I can leave this website helping save a life, or I can leave this website not doing anything about that.
You physically pointed when you said your.
Yes.
There is a non-physical pointing that you are doing when you put that you word in there. You are pointing at the customer and saying, "You
are you ready, bub?
Yeah,
you ready to go?" And so for a lot of people who are on the fringes of this cause, like that's a convicting moment. It's like, okay, I was looking for a sign. I think this was it. So for fun, we're going to just add in the subtext there. This is your moment to save a life from suicide, addiction, and homelessness. And holy smokes, because that is exactly what they do. First of all, it's accurate.
Yeah.
But you want to save a life from suicide? Holy smokes. Everybody has somebody in their life they can probably immediately recall that they've known. And then the buttons are, I think, perfect. It's like donate or help.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't even need to go any further to know what I'm supposed to do here, right?
Yep.
So let's talk about how we might do that for, say, a service that is not saving lives. Let's just say it's a legal service.
Okay.
Right? You want to go to the biggest universal need, pain, hope, or fear that average web visitor could be looking to solve. And you want to speak to that and say, are you ready to insert hope that they have?
Okay.
Are you ready to not fight with your family about money anymore? Are you ready to get on with your life? Are you ready to get what's rightfully yours? If I'm an attorney.
Yep.
I think for our one of our roofing clients, we say stress-free, mess-free. Are you ready to have a stress-free, mess-free roofing project?
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of determined that one of people's biggest like hesitations and like irritation factors is the uncleanliness of roofers and people on their house.
Yeah.
And just the whole process. So we said stress-free, mess-free, right? And so you're looking to just knock on that biggest pain. And this is all about meeting people where they are. What was the original problem they had? And guys, if you'll do that in any corner of your ads, even ones that are great ads, like there's great ads that we write sometimes and we go back and we're like, we could get a little closer to the customer here.
Yes.
And that's what good campaigns, that's what good brands are all about, is this world you're trying to create, this hill you're willing to die on for your customers so that their life is better.
Yeah.
And when you do that and your words reflect the heart that you have about that, you just become a magnet for customers.
Oh, yeah.